And he
put down the weapon.
All right, empty minds, do your thing.
all right, and he comes towards you, and you feel just this emptiness inside, just down in your soul when he approaches you.
Ouch, my feeling.
And he grabs your arm, not in a threatening way, but just grabs it quickly and pulls you closer over here. And if you let him.
Yep. No,
All right.
I won't resist.
You actually see a little cove right here. He has a little mat that lays down on the floor, a couple candles actually, and some writing utensils.
Sorry, I just want to draw my staff on the ground there. I know it looks more like a turd, but just where I left it.
Okay. And he looks over at you,
She's
Kasem.
fully armed, and she's got the shield out, but she's not holding any weapons.
And she's looking back over at Onrus.
Andres is gonna have her hand down her rapier, but it's in its hilt. So.
It gestures to you. As in a come closer motion.
I swear it's like it's trying to communicate.
And he starts writing out in very crude, large letters on his parchment down there. And as he begins to write, you see the words form. I can't speak, nor can I weep, or laugh. Music's too happy for my taste. Nor can I speak or laugh. These fangs have been taken from me. But oh, I can feel. I can see. I can write. No, I am not a monster to answer any questions you may have had about me. And he emphasizes this. No, I am not a monster, no more than a blacksmith's hammer that creates a sword, a murderer.
Well, speak it. Are you a construct or a summoned being?
Somewhat, he writes out. He goes, did he ever say what happened to his precious servants?
He was very evasive.
Whatever he said, you can be sure of his lies. We were his servants. Only I remain. Well, at least in soul. I just know that crystal, as he points, as he underlines it. Uh-oh, there goes my phone. It's okay. Underlines it. The crystal is part of a bigger ploy. I was the first. A miscalculation. I retained my sense of self. The others did not. He was successful on the second subject. But I killed the rest before he could succeed to create more. And eventually, the other like me.
To what
You
end?
killed the other like you?
I killed all the others. The ones that would soon be, and the one that was.
How did he make the others and yourself?
Something to do with that crystal. There's life inside of it. I have not the arcane mind to know more.
To what end? Is he building an army? Is he,
I know not of his contracts or purpose. I just know that I will live until I kill him. I tried to push you away from him earlier, but you attacked, and so I defend.
And I think we took it the same way that you attacked us, and we're attempting to defend. That's why we've come here, not looking for a fight, not looking for any type of conflict. Onrus, say you're sorry to the thing.
We'll just call it even.
There.
Do you have a name?
No. Cannot remember. Like, this creature, I know I described it to you before, but now that he's all there in essence, like right in front of you, not hostile,
Mm-hmm.
he has sunken eyes, but no eyes are there to see. Just smooth, tan, flesh-colored sockets. The whole body is a smooth, tan human figure, but with no reproductive parts. The mouth seems to be smoothed over, like wet cloth draped over the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, that was rude. But yeah.
He goes, perhaps one of you, and he points to you, Kesa, can further investigate the crystal. I saw the magic in you. Perhaps you could help.
Well, I can see if there's things magically consecrated or desecrated, so...
I'm gonna walk back over to grab my staff, and actually just want to be... I'm gonna be able to watch her from where I am. I'm really just want to make sure that nobody comes towards the cave.
Alright.
Want to be looking out into the grass and all that.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
go ahead and detect things.
Yeah, what are you detecting?
Things.
Evil and good.
Alright, you can tell there is life force in there.
Alright. Can I tell the type?
It's a natural life form.
In the crystal?
Yeah, within the crystal.
Okay, so it's not... So, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it's not aberration, celestial, blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
Okay. Is it magically consecrated or desecrated?
It is consecrated magically,
So it's... Oh, interesting. Okay.
but
That was unexpected.
the crystal, it feels like, the crystal is of magical essence.
Okay. So I know it's magic-y somehow.
Yeah,
What other tricks do I have?
and he goes up there to it, and he brings his little notepad, and he's like, it doesn't seem to harm you unless you do something to it like George did.
What
But-
George do?
I don't know it, but I just faintly remember it from my old life. The life being sucked out or pulled through the crystal itself, it seemed, and into this weird construct that you see today.
Like a filter.
And yes, I would maybe equate it to that. He tore my soul and infused my soul with some part of this crystal and embodied it into this that you see today. As he writes that out, takes takes a couple minutes.
So, what would happen, in your opinion, if George was to get his hands on the crystal again?
He would try to flee from this island.
And then what would be his next goal? I mean,
Create more for whatever purpose.
well, obviously he doesn't have very good control over you. Why would he want to make more?
Because the second one, he succeeded.
Ah, you were the... Okay. Yeah.
I was the first.
And you killed all the others. Okay.
I killed the second one that had been transformed, and then all the ones that have not yet been transformed. I am not proud of what I have done. I do not explain myself to you.
Let's not get hostile here. I guess I can't really read that, but maybe they'll read it out to me.
Yeah, if you're talking there with him, you're there with him.
Well, he went back to make sure we're not being
Yeah,
followed.
I'm sitting at the mouth of the cave.
Oh yeah. I'm saying, like, if you want to read what he's writing, you have to be right next to him.
So
So,
my friend's read.
so if you had your way, would you like it if we were to trick George into coming back here, and then we all take care of him? I mean, is that what your end goal is here? You're obviously the defender of the crystal. When is your task over, and when can you be at peace?
When George is dead, one way or another. Kesa, are you there?
Yeah, I'm only 10 or 20 feet away.
I know, but you can't tell what he's writing because he doesn't
Oh.
speak. I get it.
That's what I'm trying to find.
I was 30 feet away. I just didn't realize that they had moved up. Yeah, I'm up there with them.
All right, you sense something within the crystal again, just stronger. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Nope.
All right. Make a DC 10 check then.
Arcana int.
Yeah, intelligence.
Oh, this is not going to go well for me. I'm a little stupid.
You're good.
I'm not as stupid as I thought.
You do indeed feel a living being inside. And you think that you could easily shatter this crystal with the right amount of raw energy that, if poured around the being inside, would melt away the crystal.
Okay, I'll relay that. It's like, maybe it's, Poseidon talking to me, but I think I've got a theory about maybe how we can get rid of this thing. And it might even set free what's inside the crystal.
What should
Is
we
that
do?
something we want to do?
Well, it's not evil, I don't think. I think it's him. I'm gonna call you Steve. Hope that's okay. I think it's Steve. I guess I came from a Greek island. It's Stevocles.
Stephen Cleese. I like that.
I hope that's okay. I'm going to do it anyways. Steve, please.
It's a good strong name. It was my uncle's name.
All right, so we need
If
how do we break it? Ask, hey, Stevocles, would you be upset if we were to try to smash the crystal?
No! He writes it in big letters, consuming the entire page.
No, you're not upset, or no, we shouldn't do it.
Not upset!
All right.
Okay.
So, okay, Stevocles, we'll be right back. And I'm going to go let Lef in on this and tell him that Stevocles, that's this guy's name, is okay with us breaking the crystal. And that you did hear the part about it being used as a filter and it removed his soul, basically, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, I had some suspicion that he was creating this stuff.
So if we break the crystal, we have reason to believe it might return Stevocles to normal, or set him at peace and then stop the old guy, and then we just go back and take care of him. I mean, what do you want to do? How do we break this?
I have no idea how to break it.
Well, you know how to break it.
I'm perfectly fine with.
Casey
whatever.
knows how to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have ideas on breaking it.
All right, well, let's start.
All
A
right.
lot of energy and surround it, so...
Yeah, no check needed. You can easily do this.
Okay, great.
It's just you start to filter in your essence and
Alright.
or the arcane essence, and the crystal lights up a brilliant white light, and it starts to break away, and you see a figure in it start to slowly move, and you're left staring, looking at a half-orc with a battle axe at his side.
Do you remember your name?
Is the half-orc awake?
Does he speak common? Because if he just speaks orc, we're gonna I'm assuming he speaks common because he'd be a shitty assistant to George if, he didn't speak common.
He's only a half orc. Wow, racist.
Oh, that's true. Good point.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
Hey, man, I'm just asking. Jeez. Hey, do you remember what your name is?
Well, first off, is the half orc awake yet?
He is
And how's
groggy.
Stevicles now that this happened?
How'd Stevicles know what?
Is Stevicles still?
He's
thing?
still there.
Dun dun dun.
So
Tyler
Tyler,
approaches.
you awaken and you see the sight of 3 adventurers staring down at you.
Mind blown.
Literally. Boom. Good job. Good job. I like this. What's going on, Tyler?
Doing well.
So,
But in game, let's try and get back into this.
all right, you
Good
see.
news, Tyler. We named your character. He's called Stevicles.
So basically, what you see is 3 figures. I'll let them describe to you what they look like. So go ahead. We'll start with James, Kevin, and then Zach.
All right. Before you is Kesa. She's a dwarf battle cleric of Poseidon. So she wears what you'd think of like pretty stereotypical Greek armor, heavy metal greaves, shoulder pads, sort of the helmet with the horsehair crest. But it's all done in sort of a watery motif. Bits of sort of net and things on her to show that she's a seafaring folk. She's got a heavy steel shield, a long sword at the hip, and a trident on her back. And from underneath her helmet, you can see thick auburn dreadlocks. So that's her.
Kevin.
See a guy standing off towards the mouth of the cave there. Looks basically as he does on the map. Bald, elven, and no shirt, because no shirt just simply looks...
Elven or half elf?
And full elf.
Okay.
Has a staff.
Unadulterated elf.
And, clearly doesn't have armor on or anything like that.
Also, you have a. Did you say the pretty gnarly scar?
Oh, no, I forgot about the pretty gnarly scar.
Yeah, you got.
I do have the pretty gnarly scar now.
Yeah. That makes you
I
look
have
very
that.
intimidating.
Correct. I do. I have that written
Oh,
on my
that's right.
sheet
He
here.
even has the one that actually, literally makes him more intimidating.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And a pretty nasty gnarly scar, but still looks very peaceful.
Where's your gnarly scar? Is it on your face or your chest?
All right, well, Honorous, she has her mask up, but she has got like a steel, intimidating, just blank mask on, and she's just kind of standing there, hand on her hip, just looking at you like, well, that was kind of cool, but it takes a little bit more to impress her, kind of a thing. She's really pretty, and she's a half elf, and she's got a rapier at her side. She's got leather armor.
Sweet.
15 charisma, so she's pretty.
So you got a half elf, elf, and human, or another elf, right?
Dwarf.
Dwarf. Oh, yeah, that's right. Dwarf, elf, half elf.
Sweet. So, standing before you is a half orc. Brawn, not wearing a shirt, unarmored. It's a giant war axe. Has manacles at his legs, kind of broken ones though. He's standing there panting, looks directly at the elf, and I can't assume that I would be able to tell that the other person's a half elf, and immediately asks, "Are you from House Ceres?"
Valceres.
House Ceres.
Valceres. No, I'm actually not familiar with these lands at all.
Damn, you're huge, dude. You have muscles on top of your muscles.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Looking pretty swole there, bro.
I worked out.
You're in the
Lift. I do. CrossFit. Anyways, you can tell that there's a great rage when he says that name.
No, I'm not familiar with any of them.
And he starts really looking around.
And you also see a creature that has sunken eyes, but with No eyes are there to see, just a smooth tan sockets. The whole body is just a smooth tan human figure, but with no reproductive parts. The mouth seems smoothed over, like wet cloth draped over the dead, standing silently beside you.
And so Andres is waiting to see if our hulky friend has any aggressiveness towards him, and if he was going to, she'd be like, "No, that's Steve Eccles. He's cool. He's good to go. He helped us rescue you."
It's like, I've never seen this figure before. I always suspected that there was a life force within, though. And he holds out the paper.
Yeah,
by the way.
Yeah.
our new friend. Yeah, what's your name, Senior Orc?
Crush Mondoff.
Crush? Really? Okay. Yeah.
With
Where
a K.
am I?
Yeah. Dude, name's Crush. Mr. Turtle is my father.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, sorry. Had to.
But where am I? This place is unfamiliar.
You're in a cave on an island. We know the name of the island, but I'm not going to say it because it's dumb.
George Island, as it were.
Alright.
Crush is looking very perplexed at this news.
Yeah, where do you hail from?
I was once a great pit fighter.
Hold on.
Twin
Let me
cities.
whisper something to Tyler real quick.
Okay. Dude, your world map is boss.
Thank you.
I was just checking it out in the handout section. I was like, that is cool.
I hailed from a island of Magalay Andres. I ventured the world. Became a great pit fighter. Endured intolerable sorrow. I was enslaved.
Quite a story.
Yeah, that's horrible. We three are. Huh? We three are adventurers seeking to make our place in the world. We come from an island pretty far from here, so we're kind of new to this area ourselves. There's a man on the island named George. Does that name mean anything to you?
I still don't understand. Last I remember, I was on the main continent.
Huh.
Oh. I'm confused.
So, let's give you the laydown of what's going on. You seem distressed and trustworthy, so...
I thought we left the island.
I must warn you, you may
Left
think
what
that I
island?
am trustworthy.
I
But
never.
whether
Zach,
it be
shut
the
up.
cruelty of Romash,
Sorry.
I don't know. But I suffer from the bloodthirst, the blood craze. I must warn you, do not be near me in such dire circumstance.
Okay. So...
So, okay. When he said Magali Island, right?
Magali Andres.
Magali Andres? Okay. Well, you guys, that's where we're from. So he's from the same island as we are.
He is indeed.
But we all grew up together, so what happened to him?
Yeah, and he doesn't look too much older than you. He only looks maybe to be around 20 years old. And Kesa, you're older than that, aren't you? And so are you.
Yeah, I'm 35.
Yeah.
Andres is like 17, so
Yeah.
Well, in dwarf years, I'm like 17 also.
Yeah.
We're all the same age in our respective races.
Guys,
But, This crystal, George said that he'd been researching it for 20 to 50 years.
Yes.
So I'm guessing that our friend Crush here is a upperclassman, so to speak.
Upper class.
I love you.
What a
man.
jest.
Yeah, so they say that this person has been experimenting on the crystal for 50 years, which you know that something has been draining you, so to speak, Tyler. You know that for a fact. You just feel weaker than you once were.